call it noisy.
Welcome back. This is the Ben Shapiro Show. We're taking your phone calls at 855-236-3228. That's 855-236-3228. Mario in California. You're on the Ben Shapiro Show. Go for it, Mario.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, go for it, sir.
So I have a few questions, I guess. One is, how is sin defined? And I think it was Michael Knowles who claimed on your show when he was subbing in one day that homosexuality is the deadliest of all sins. So I was just curious as to why homosexuality would be propped up and labeled as the deadliest sin as opposed to like murder or something.
I'm fairly certain. So I'm fairly certain that that is not what he actually said. I think what you're referring to is Michael Knowles said that pride is the deadliest sin, right? Not gay pride, just pride generally. Yeah. And so he said that any aspect in which you are sinning and then you are prideful about your sin is the deadliest sin. So he wasn't saying that, like, if you're prideful about being a murderer, presumably that would be, according to Knowles, the deadliest sin. I really, really doubt. I mean, I know Michael pretty well. I really don't think that Michael thinks that of all the sins that human beings can commit, homosexual activity is the deadliest sin by any stretch. By the way, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find any religious figure who actually believes that homosexual activity is the deadliest of all sin. I mean, even the people who are super anti-gay activity, people who think that it's a real sin. I mean, the perspective of religious people that I've found is that, I mean, everybody sins. This is one sin among many sins. The entire chapter in Leviticus that talks about homosexual activity lists off 45 different types of sexual activity that are banned, right? Not 45, but it's more like at least a dozen, maybe a couple of dozen, right? You're not supposed to sleep with your aunt. You're not supposed to sleep with animals. You're not supposed to sleep with your father's wife, right? Like there's like a bunch of them. And homosexual activity is just one of many. So to say that it's like ranked higher on the scale of sin, that I don't think Michael has ever said, nor do I think Michael maintains that. What he has said is that if you are running around shouting about how you are proud that you are committing what is a biblical sin, then that would be a weird thing to do no matter what the biblical sin is. So I just want to be fair to Michael, who, I mean, let's be real about this. Michael's the worst, but I don't think that Michael actually said that, right. Mario.
Okay. So is it because of that pride that you think that there is a particular resentment for homosexuality in religious groups? And what can people like me who, like, I'm a gay conservative, so like what can people like me do who maybe don't prescribe to a lot of the different things that come along with, you know, the LGBT community, the hookup culture, the drugs, and
well, I mean,
over-sexualizing.
First of all, I'm not sure that anybody should be particularly proud of the sex that they are having as a general rule, right? Like, so it's one part of your life, right? I mean, it's just as my sexual relationship with my wife is one part of my life. Some people consider that sinful. Some people consider that not sinful. Frankly, you know, I'm not sure why you should care what I have to say about it, right? I mean, like if I may not like your perspective, you may not like mine. As long as I'm not attempting to cram down my perspective via the power of government, then I don't see why there really should be a conflict on all of this. I mean, when we're talking politics specifically, we are talking about the role of the federal government or the role of the state government in policing particular activity.
Fuck you.